Broken air conditioning at the Charlotte Maxeke Hospital in Johannesburg has led to more than 60 operations being cancelled in the past 2 weeks. One patient was transferred to the hospital but has been forced to leave 9 days later without getting the urgent heart operation he needed. Our reporter Nqobile Madlala is following that story for us. She joins us now live. So is it true that the surgery is on hold simply because of a faulty aircon?
Sadly, Shahan, it seems it is true. From what we understand, about 67 of them have now been deferred because of these aircon that were broken. And Shahan, from what we understand from the hospital, they're saying that some of the urgent operations were attended to, while others that were small and minor operations they did take care of, and while others they had to give to other hospitals to get some form of help. But at this point, from what we understand, Shahan, yes, the aircons have been a source of this issue from Charlotte Maxeke Hospital. But from what we understand, Shahan, is that we got here because the hospital decided to do maintenance check. And when they were checking, they realized that there seems to be some issues with some of their machines. They were not up to scratch. And they had to then bring in someone to look at that, who was a specialist in the field. And that person said there were electronical issues relating to their machines, and therefore then they had to get in a contractor who was going to look more into the issue. And from what we understand, Shahan, they're saying that some of the parts are now being bought and they should be coming in between now and the weekend. And they're saying that the two chillers, which we understand are providing the cold air for theatre and also the hospital as a whole, are the ones that are down, and they will be taken care of by the weekend. But in the meantime, Shahan, yes, there are some of the surgeries that had to be deferred and had to put on hold because of the aircon.
Yeah, but a faulty aircon at a hospital is something that, of course, needs to be avoided, right? So who's going to be held responsible?
Well, at this point, Shahan, we don't know, but we do know that the patients that were there are really hurt, Shahan. They are nervous, they're frustrated, they're just beyond what you can think of, Shahan. They are going through the most. They're saying that when they were there was a lot of breakdown of communication. They were told in the beginning while they were waiting, because some of them had been waiting for over a week, Shahan, to get some of their operations done. And they're saying that while they were there and they were waiting, they were first told that there was an aircon issue, and then later on they were told that there was an actual pipe burst, which meant that they couldn't be operated on because apparently the theatre had flooded. And then later on they were told that there wasn't enough oxygen, and it carried on, Shahan, into an aircon again, and they were also discharged. Now this issue is not just affecting them, Shahan, it is now affecting their families. One gentleman was telling us that his wife at this point has had even a panic attack, which has resulted in her going to a hospital, and they are worried. They're worried that they can't trust now that this operation will occur. I mean, if you are going for a triple bypass operation in your heart, it seems like an urgent matter, which is quite different to what the hospital was saying, because they said that the urgent matter was being taken care of. Meanwhile, we have this gentleman who's saying that his life is being threatened and he wants to be operated on so he can be saved, but he can't because of the aircon issues. So meanwhile, from what we understand from the hospital, then nobody will be held responsible.
That's ridiculous. We're going to leave it right there. Nqobile Madlala.